Hello, hello. Waiting for lovely followers to join. Lovely. While I'm waiting for followers to join, have you done all your homework?
Yeah.
You've done all your homework. Is your room clean and tidy?
Yeah.
Yeah. What subjects have you got tomorrow?
Oh, the most boring ones ever.
Which ones? I'm about to start now. What do you have? Have you got English tomorrow?
Actually, English isn't that bad.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
learning about Macbeth.
Okay, well, Macbeth is important.
Yeah, well...
Macbeth is definitely... Don't diss Macbeth. Okay, we can have a chat once I'm done, because I'm live, okay?
Love you, bye.
Thank you. Just close the door behind you if you would as well, please. Thank you. Okay, hello, lovely people. Sorry about that. Just having a little chat with my daughter, making sure that she's got everything ready for tomorrow. Lovely to see you. Lovely to have you. I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good weekend so far. Good, I don't know, because I do keep up with videos and news from Iran. Obviously, a lot is going on in Iran right now that we're seeing. So I can't really say I hope you've had a good weekend in Iran, because I know life in Iran right now is extremely difficult. But just to let my lovely followers in Iran know that we haven't forgotten you. Obviously, you are on the front line of this war, and we are with you. We might not be there in person, but we're definitely with you. Okay. Right. Can you speak with someone who is native and I think help us to understand how you manage it? Speak to somebody who's native. I will definitely try to do that. I can invite somebody maybe to see if they would be willing to do a podcast with me. The only problem is when I've approached quite a few of the teachers on Instagram, really good, knowledgeable teachers on Instagram who are teaching English. They're not native English speakers, but their English is really good. And I've approached lots of them, people who've got thousands or sometimes millions of followers. And I've asked, would you like to be in my live session? Would you like to appear as a guest? And all of them say no. And I'm not sure exactly why they're saying no. It's not like I'm going to use any kind of difficult words or anything. It's, but anyway, excuse me. So I've tried to have other teachers appear as guests on my live, teachers who I've seen their work and I can definitely vouch for their level of education, their level of accuracy and fluency in their English. I can definitely vouch for it. I can't really bring somebody on who might be teaching incorrect English, sorry, because I'm responsible for whatever's being said on my page. But yeah, unfortunately, I haven't found the right person, but I will ask around to see if I can find a native English speaker. Okay, right. Confidence issues. I hope not. Okay, so lovely to have you. It was a story, I think, that I posted this week just gone, the week just gone, or this week just gone, the week that's just finished. I posted a story about, it was called shrinkflation. I don't know if anybody remembers shrinkflation. This is a new word for us as well, okay? And it's what started in America. In America, they start bringing two words together, yeah? So two words together, they merge it into one. And that's what they're doing with shrink and inflation, bringing it together, shrinkflation. This week just gone. Thank you, Bita. This week just gone. And shrinkflation, as I mentioned in the story, refers to the size of product is shrinking. So the size of the products in supermarkets, the size is shrinking. And you'd think if the size is shrinking, then the price would stay the same. But the price is actually going up. So consumers who are, us customers, we're actually losing, we are losing a lot of money. Not only is it more expensive, but it's actually more than it's going according to the inflation, which is a lot more than what a lot of people can afford. So it's double negative for the consumer. That's one thing that I talked about this week. A lot of you responded, thank you, and a lot of you said that you had noticed this. Shrinkflation, I think it's hitting lots of countries, not just in the UK. I'm sure it's very prominent in Iran as well, but I think it's affecting lots of people all over the world, unfortunately. Half a package also filled up with air, Samira. Yeah. So you're basically paying for air. Is that what you're saying? You're paying for basically half a packet, just half filled with goods. The rest of it is just air. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. Right, so I'm going to go to tonight's lesson. And in the post, I mentioned that the lesson we're going to have is about British culture. So, sorry, I can see lots of comments here and I'm getting a bit distracted. I'm so sorry, I'm going to close the comments off. Okay, I do apologize. It's just that I can see people asking questions and automatically I want to answer your question, but I don't want it to interfere with the lesson. So I'll definitely open up the comments again very soon. What we want to talk about tonight is just a few little things about British culture. I think this is something that a lot of you are interested in, hopefully. I have a complete course on culture and language in the British culture as well. So culture and language in the UK. This is a complete course that I have on my website. I'm not going to be talking about that because obviously that's a separate course. In that course, I teach the British culture. I teach what we say in different situations. If you go on my website, you will find language and culture in the UK. It's towards the bottom of the page. And I've also left you the curriculum. That means you will see what the name of the lessons are, what lessons I have in on this course. So hopefully that'll give you an idea. But tonight I'm going to talk about other things that are not on my course, separate things. The first thing is a lot of people have asked me, Layla, if I bump into my neighbour, if I bump into somebody I know, or even at work, if I see a colleague, what do I talk about? Okay. This doesn't really have that much to do with the language. I think it could be a personality thing, or it's something that is the case in any language, in any culture. What we normally do is we usually like to have a topic in our pocket, just ready and available for if we bump into somebody, okay? So if I'm going to the supermarket and I suddenly bump into a parent of one of my children's friends, yeah? So I bump into another parent, usually I would either talk about the weather, that's the first thing we talk about. We talk about the weather, whether it's nice, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's very unusual for this time of year. Like today, I don't know obviously where you are right now if you're in the UK. I don't know where you are. But in Manchester, although it was wet, although it was quite windy, it was really mild. The temperature was very mild. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. It was lovely. So you go out, obviously, you get wet, but it's not cold. You don't feel like you need to wrap up. You don't feel like you need to throw on a jacket, or you don't need to pop on, a jumper or anything like that. You can go in short sleeves like I did. So this is very unusual weather for October in the UK, especially Manchester. So this is something that we talk about, the weather. We usually like to talk about something that we might have recently purchased, something we've bought recently. If you've recently bought an appliance, you can talk about that. If you've started using a special cream, special kind of shampoo, if you've bought something new, maybe a piece of clothing that you're wearing already. These are just little things we talk about while you're standing in the queue, while you're just saying hi to a friend. If you've got children who go to the same school, obviously you talk about the school, anything that you have in common, talk about these things. Or if there's an event that's happened that's affected you, or an event that's going on in the community, excuse me, these are the things we talk about. We do not talk about politics because we absolutely hate politics. People who know me, they know that I don't respect, and I don't trust British politicians, especially conservative politicians. To me, they're all liars, they're all cheats, they are. That's just the way I feel about them. So we don't talk about politics at all. The only people who talk about politics are the people who are directly involved in politics. And that doesn't include the majority of society. So we don't talk about politics. I know it's, I think it's quite a common topic to talk about in some cultures, but not in the UK. Yeah, we don't talk about politics in the UK because we just don't care about it. Unfortunately, we don't like it. We don't trust the politicians. So yeah, some of the students approached me and asked me, Layla, what can I talk about when I bump into somebody outside? These are the things we talk about. The weather, if something new has happened to you, if you've recently bought something, if there's an event going on, anything that's new in your life, any piece of news that you had previously, now you just want to see if there are any developments. Oh, by the way, I heard that you were having a new kitchen put in. How's that going? Yeah. If one of my friends said, for example, they're having a new kitchen put in their house. Oh, I heard you're having a new kitchen put in. How's that going? So we try to catch up with any kind of news as well. These are the things we talk about. Yeah, very everyday things. Okay, that's one aspect. Another aspect, I want to move to a different point now. And I saw something on one of the stories shared by the lovely Atife on her page. And she's absolutely right. It was about apologizing. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, on her story on Instagram, Atife mentioned that if you live in the UK, please don't feel like you need to apologize for your level of English. If you feel like your level is quite poor or quite low, if you feel like you're not very fluent, if you feel like your pronunciation isn't very good, please don't feel like you need to apologize. And she's absolutely right. There's no reason for you to apologize. You've done nothing wrong. Why are you apologizing, right? You've done nothing wrong, okay? You're learning a second language, and learning a second language is very, very difficult. Some people might argue it's more difficult than learning how to drive, learning, a new skill, learning lots and lots of things. You're learning a completely new way of communicating. Why are you apologizing? What are you apologizing for? You haven't said any bad words. So we don't apologize. No, not at all. Not at all. A lot of my students might have seen in a lesson, if I say something in Farsi that's wrong, I'm sorry. I never apologize for that because I've done nothing wrong. I'm still learning. So please don't apologize if you make a kind of language mistake, linguistic kind of mistake in your speaking with English speakers in any country. Please don't apologize, because when you apologize, you make the listener, the native English speaker, you make that person a bit nervous. You make that person feel a bit embarrassed. Oh my God, why is she apologizing to me? Excuse me, to me. Who am I? I'm not, the queen. So why is she apologizing to me? Have I made her or him feel that uncomfortable? Why are they apologizing? So please don't apologize. This is something else that I've mentioned several times. excuse me, before I continue, I have a feeling that I'm rambling on too quickly. I'm going to turn the comments on just briefly, just for a few seconds. Can you give me a thumbs up if you're okay with the speed at which I'm talking? I don't want to be talking too fast and people are trying to keep up. Just let me know, are you comfortable with the speed that I'm talking right now? Yeah? You rock. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Bita. Yeah, everybody's okay. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you for confirming that. I just want to make sure that I'm not going too fast. Sarah, lovely, lovely. Thank you. Thank you. And Rehana, thank you very much. Okay, lovely. It's lovely when it's interactive like this. Fantastic. So I'm going to continue. And I've lost my trail of thought. What was I saying? I was talking about not apologizing, etc. So yes, when I speak Farsi, if I say something wrong, I don't apologize because I haven't said anything bad. Yes, so when you're talking to a native English speaker, please don't apologize, because all they want is just to understand what Layla is trying to say, what Ali was, what Sarah, Sahar, Firuze, what they're trying to say. That's all they want. If you look around in the UK, you'll see that there are lots and lots of international people, foreign people who've come to live in the UK. Yeah. Some of them are from India, Pakistan, from Arabic-speaking countries, from Europe, from South America, all over the place, yeah? Chinese, lots and lots of Chinese people coming to the UK right now. From all over the world, they come to the UK. Their English isn't very good, to be very honest with you. I have a lovely, lovely Chinese family living right next door to me, lovely family. Their English is very, very poor, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. When I'm listening to the lovely gentleman next door to me, or to his wife or his children, I'm not thinking, oh, no, that's the wrong preposition. Oh, did you just say that? That's not what I'm thinking. All I want to know is what this person is saying, what they're trying to say, what they're trying to ask. I just want to find any bit of information from them so that I can reply, I can respond, I can keep the conversation going. To me, it's not important at all, their level of English. I just want to understand what they're saying. And a lot of you, lovely, lovely people, do that really well. Please don't worry that, is my verb correct? Is my structure of my question correct? Did I use the right tense? Did I use, people will try and figure out what you're trying to say. Okay, so please don't apologize. We do apologize, obviously, we do apologize. We're a nation that loves to say sorry, yeah? Please, sorry, thank you. We are famous in the world for saying these three things. We love to say sorry, even if it's not our fault. We still love to say sorry. If you've made a mistake, so speaking wrong English is not a mistake, yeah? If you've actually made a mistake, or if you have inconvenienced people, we've got the adjective convenient. The negative is inconvenient, yes? We want to turn it into a verb, inconvenience. That can be a verb as well. If you have inconvenienced somebody, or if you've made a mistake, yes, we apologize, obviously, but we only apologize once. We don't keep apologizing. That can get very annoying. So we make sure that we apologize once, we apologize properly, then that's it. We let it go. I know there are some students. My voice keeps breaking. I'm sorry, because I've spoken a lot today. I know there are some students, for example, who might have, I don't know, contacted their professor over the weekend, okay? and they want to apologize. So they keep sending their professor messages, WhatsApp text, email. Oh, I'm so sorry I bothered you over the weekend. They keep sending these apology. That is really annoying. Okay, so we just apologize once, we do it properly, then that's it. We forget about it and we move on. We don't keep thinking about, oh my God, I did that, and is she okay? Is he okay? Did they forgive me? No, we apologize once and that's it. We move on. So if I have made a mistake, if I have inconvenienced somebody, let's say somebody is sitting in a chair, yeah, either security or somebody in a staff room, or somebody is sitting down, and I've done something, I've made a mistake, and I have forced that person to get out of their seat, get out of their chair, to either come and help me or to come and fix what I've done, fix my problem. Usually what I would say, for example, sorry to drag you out of your seat. Drag you out of your seat. It's an idiom. Sorry to drag you out of your seat. Sorry to drag you out of your seat. I'm going to put all these in the caption when I save this video on YouTube, as always. Sorry to drag you out of your seat. That means you were sitting so nice and comfortably on your seat or in your seat, and I forced you to get up. I'm sorry, yeah? We say that because that's polite, that's manners, that's good. And when I apologize, firstly, I'm keeping that friendly relationship. Secondly, I'm respecting myself when I apologize, as well as respecting that person. Sorry I dragged you out of your seat. That's it. No more need to apologize. I've already apologized. That's it. Or let's say, for example, I always do this. Oh my God, I always do this. When I'm in a supermarket, if I'm in a shop, a department store, whatever, I might have a question for somebody about a piece of clothing, accessories, an item, product, anything. And my luck, always my luck, when I want to ask somebody, that person is usually on their break, okay? They don't like it when you approach them when they're on their break. They only have like 15, 20-minute break. And usually they don't like it if you grab them on their break. They won't say no. They're very kind. They will still help you if you're the customer, but usually they don't like it when you bother them. They're on their break. So I usually say, for example, sorry to hijack your lunch break. Sorry to hijack your break. Yeah. So if I'm in a supermarket, let's say I'm in my favorite supermarket, Lidl, I'm looking around and I can't see, let's say, bread. Yeah. I'm having difficulty finding the type of loaf that I like. I'm looking around, I can't see it. I see one of the staff members walking by. Excuse me, looks like you don't have any of this special type of loaf. Do you think you can check in the back for me? Do you think you can check in the back for me? That means in the warehouse, in the storage, whatever, in the warehouse. Can you check in the back for me? And then I noticed, oh my goodness, that they're on their break. So that's when I say, I'm sorry to hijack your break. Yeah, I've hijacked your break. I've controlled your break. So I do apologize, but I don't keep apologizing. I just apologize once if I've made a mistake. So that's one thing to remember. We do definitely apologize, but we just do it once, and not for language. We don't apologize if the language that we're using isn't correct. If it's rude words, yes. If it's to do with vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, I haven't done anything wrong, so why should I apologize? Yeah. Okay. Just checking the time very quickly. There is one other thing I want to add about the culture of the British culture, and that is the third point, and that is usually when we're talking to a friend or a colleague or somebody, we say, I need to, for example, call at the shops. I need to call at the shops because I need milk. Or I need to check the pressure of my tyres, for example, on the car. I need to get the windscreen wipers fixed. I need to anything. Yeah, these are the things that I need to do. Instead of saying I need to, I want to, I have to, we usually use this version a lot. I could do with, I could do with, I could do with. And then you can either use a noun, I could do with some milk, I could do with some fruit, I could do with a jacket, I could do with a new pair of socks. So we use it with a noun, or we use it with a gerund. I could do with getting, I don't know, another phone. I could do with following up with my GP. I could do with restarting my laptop, yeah, because I've been working on it for so long. I could do with anything. So I could do with, it means it's something that I need to do. It's something I have to do. And if I can do it, that would be amazing. That would be really good, yeah. I could do with watching one of Layla's videos to see what she's been talking about. I could do with anything that you want to use in the form of a gerund. So this is what we use a lot, yeah? I could do with. That means if I do this, if I have time to do it, if I'm able to do it, that would be amazing. I could do with, and then either a noun or the gerund. Okay, that's the end of the lesson. So I'm going to turn the comments back on to see you lovely people again. Hello. Thank you for staying. Thank you for not leaving me. So that was a very, very short lesson on the British culture. Just 3 very simple things just to go over it quickly, just as a recap. So if I meet somebody outside, if I bump into somebody that I know, usually I like to have a talking point. It could be anything. It could be something about you. It could be something on the news. It could be the weather. If you bump into somebody in a supermarket, in a bank, in a pharmacy, even one of the products or even the service or anything is something you can talk about, okay? There's lots that we can talk about. When it comes to apologizing, we only apologize if we've done something wrong, okay? Now, we, as a British culture, we are very quick to apologize. We will definitely apologize very quick, but unfortunately, this is something that I am confessing myself. خودم دارم اعتراف میکنم, yeah? I'm confessing this myself, is that unfortunately British people are very, very, what's the word? Proud. They're extremely proud people. Proud in a bad way, okay? So they will only apologize once. They won't keep apologizing. And because they will only apologize once, they expect you to only apologize once as well. Any more will become a bit annoying, okay? Here we go. Behrouz, how many please should we say? Please, once. How many times do you want to say please? Just once, yeah? Okay, thank you. Hello, yes. Thank you for so much for Amazing English Culture Live. Thank you very much, Raz. Thanks for the points, lovely. And that is my alarm. من نمیدونستم شما ایرانی هستید. Okay, thank you. I don't know what that is. Yes. So, yes, these are the 3 points that I talked about. That was 2 of them. And the third one I could do with. That means if I have time to do that, if I remember to do that, if I'm able to do that, that would be great. Let's say we've run out of, let's say we've run out of fruit. And as we're getting close to the cooler, colder season, I always love to have fruit, like if I can, pomegranate, maybe oranges, these kind of fruits I really like to have, you know, seasonal fruits if possible. I love to have these. So when we start running out, my kids inhale fruit. That's an idiom. Inhale fruit. It means they eat fruit so much, so often that we run out of fruit so quickly. So I have to keep making sure that we have fruit in the house all the time. And this is when I say I could do with getting some fruit. That's the gerund. Or I could do with some oranges. I could do with more pomegranate or anything like that. Okay. Lovely. I'm confessing, yes. Do you teach privately? I do, but unfortunately I don't have any spaces currently. All my spaces are taken. I'm so sorry. میشه مکالمه های موقعیت محور هم داشته باشین چون عالی تدریس میکنید. Thank you. If you go to my speaking courses on my website, speaking 1, 2 and 3, that's where I am teaching phrases, sentences, questions about specific topics that you could use in your conversation. Okay. I could do, so that's Roya K25. I could do with, please. I could do with oranges. Okay. Which nationality do you like more, Iranian or British? Come on. Don't ask that question. Do you have one-to-one class? I do. They're all full. I'm so sorry. I could do with به فارسی چی میشه? Right. So maybe you lovely people might be able to help me. How would I say, sorry, what's the link of Telegram? My Telegram link is in, it's in my bio. I've got a link in the bio on my page. Just click on that. It'll take you to Telegram. I could do with, how would you say that in Farsi? Lovely, lovely people. How would you translate? I could do with some oranges in Farsi. Can somebody help me? I could do with some oranges. How can we say this in Farsi? I could do with some oranges. While I'm waiting for people to respond, which course is suitable for advanced? Advanced students, I've got 2 courses that I would suggest, I would recommend. 3, sorry. One is my culture course. It's all in English. It's all taught in English, no Farsi. One is my phrasal verbs and idioms course, which has Farsi translation as well, but quite advanced English. Another one is the listening course that I've recently put up. Self-study, all of these are self-study, but they're for more advanced students. Okay. So I've got hishmatab, yes, میخوام داشته باشم، احتیاج دارم، پرتقال میخوام. من به یک کمی پرتقال نیاز دارم. I need oranges. نیاز دارم. لازمه انجام بشه اون مورد. This is the problem, isn't it? I don't think we have the direct translation of I could do with in Farsi. From my understanding, I could be wrong. You are the professionals in Farsi, but if I wanted to translate this in Farsi, I could do with some oranges. اگه بشه پرتقال بخرم خیلی خوبه. اگه وقت داشته باشم، اگه یادم باشه، اگه برسم پرتقال بگیرم خیلی خوبه. That's what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't mean it's emergency, but if I do it, it would be really good. That's what it means. Yeah. Yeah. اگه میتونستم این کار رو انجام بدم. اگه میتونستم. Because we have could, you say اگه میتونستم. No. I could do with, it means in the future or now or in the future. It's not linked to the past. Yeah. Yeah. Koshki, I could do with. No, it's not the same as I wish. It's not the same as. It's difficult, isn't it? We can't always translate one thing. Yeah. We can't always translate it from one language to another. This is just one of those things that we use in the British culture that if I can do it, if I remember to do it. Let's say, for example, خوب میشه پرتقالم بگیرم. I think that's the best one. Thank you, Nazil. پرتقال بگیرم خوب میشه. Something like this. Yes. پرتقال باشه خوبه. پرتقال بگیرم خوبه. اگه بتونم کمی انار بخرم عالی میشه. I think it's something like this. Yeah, something similar to that. اگه برسم، اگه یادم باشه، اگه بتونم، اگه پرتقال داشته باشم که من بتونم بخرم خیلی خوبه. Something like this. I could do with. So it's not a conditional. It's not a conditional. I could do with is not a conditional. It's just one of those standalone phrases or ways that we use the English language. اگه بشه پرتقال بخرم خوبه. Yeah. اگه بشه, what does that mean? اگه فرصتش پیش بیاد. Exactly. What does it mean? It means if I remember, if I have enough cash, for example, if I've remembered to bring my card, if they have oranges at the supermarket, if we see a supermarket on the way, it could mean all of these things, yeah? اگه فرصت کنم, all of these, yeah. لایو هاتون رو چه وقتایی میذارید؟ I try to have a live as much as possible. I try to have a live every Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time, which currently is 9:30 in the evening Iran, if I'm not mistaken. I could do with something, you mean that you need it, you would benefit from it. I could do with a cup of tea. Yes. So that means, lovely, I could do with a cup of tea. That means if you don't give me a cup of tea, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to stop talking to you. I'm not going to stop being your friend. But if I could have a cup of tea, it would really help. Yeah, that's what it means, basically. I could do with going, please. Mas jod, going, gerund. I could do with going on a trip. Oh, I'm so fed up of work. I'm really tired. I could do with going on a trip. Yeah. آمریکایی‌ها هم میگن. Okay. Do they say this in America? I could do with. I really don't know. I really don't know. I could do with. Do they say it in America? I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't want to just come up with an answer because it might not be accurate. I don't like to just say yes because I don't know. Sorry. How can we increase our self-confidence in speaking? Speak more. One thing I would suggest is read. Read as much as you can. Oh my God, reading has so many benefits. So many benefits. It teaches you the spelling of the word. It teaches you how the word is used correctly in a text. It helps you with your range of vocabulary. It helps you with your general knowledge. The book I'm reading right now, I read lots and lots of books. The book I'm reading right now is called, it's a lovely book, The Courage to be Disliked. The Courage to be Disliked. That means don't be worried, don't be afraid if people don't like you. It doesn't matter. That's what the book is trying to say. I love reading because it really helps with my level of language, even though it's in my own language. It really, really helps. The more you read, the more you become more familiar with words and phrases, idioms, sentences, then the more you can use it. Yeah. So reading and then speaking, reading and speaking, really, really helpful. I've heard it from some American friend as well. Okay. در مورد کلاس‌های آموزشیتون. I've got courses on my website. Please go and visit my courses. Right at the top, when you go on my website, right at the top, the first thing you see is something I've got نمونه تدریس. These are all free lessons. Please look at those. They will give you an idea of my method of teaching. They will also give you an idea of the level for each course as well. Okay. Is it possible for people stop loving you? Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, it is just approaching. It's just approaching 20 to 8 here in the UK. Thank you so much once again for letting me into your homes on Sunday evening. I hope that you've managed to enjoy this session, hopefully, and I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good week ahead. Okay, I hope to see you all again next Sunday evening. Take care. Good night.